Welcome to another edition of Centerfield. I'm your host, Garrett Southwick.
And I'm your host, Ashley Grayback. On today's show, we have the final league tournament for wrestling, boys basketball versus Antelope, along with girls basketball and Antelope.
Last week, the boys basketball team went up against the Dixon Rams. Andre Martinez had scored the most points with 23. Chad Haysbert had 10 rebounds, and Elliott Harold had the most steals. The boys pulled out another win, 71-41.
The girls basketball team played against the Dixon Rams. Major Thompson had the most points with 11, and Ajugo Ukaibu came up with the most rebounds. The girls sadly lost against Dixon, 53-35.
The wrestling team competed in the Rodriguez tournament last weekend. Daniel Gusev placed first, Billy Caves second, Nick Yakshin fourth, Matt Prindle and Kimba Johnson placed fifth, and Brandon Myers placed sixth.
On Tuesday, the boys basketball team played a home game against the Antelope Titans. We have Daniel Fawcett reporting.
Our Santa Cruz went up against the Antelope Titans. We had some players we had to watch out for, like Jarvin Watkins, who has a league average of 11 points a game, which is a little bit under Connor Haysbert. We also had to watch out for number 3, who had put a lot of pressure on our other players and made a lot of steals. On to the points. Our Santa Cruz had scored 24 points, while Antelope Titans had only fallen 6 behind us, finishing this up 24-18. Santa Cruz had scored in the second quarter 50-36, and then in the third quarter, Antelope Titans had put up a lot more pressure, making a lot more steals, but we finished up 79-45. The last quarter, though, our Santa Cruz had only fallen 3 points under 100, while Antelope Titans had only 3 points over 50. We finished the game, making this our league record 9-0.
The girls basketball team played at Antelope High School this week as well. We have Avanti Elias with the story.
Wednesday, all girls teams beat the Antelope Titans. The 9th grade won with a 14-point lead. The junior varsity won with a 20-point lead on the Titans, and the varsity dominated from start to finish with the score finishing at 58-47. Great job, ladies. Back to you, Garrett.
We had a home dual meet against Dixon. Max Kakanov reports.
Well, I'm here at the meet against Dixon. Well, Dixon forfeited because they didn't have enough players, but we still had some exhibition matches. Well, most of our wrestlers did very well, and we finished this season with a record of 6-1. Well, it was the end of a great season. What was your general opinion about the season? We were pretty good. We dominated most of the teams we wrestled against, and what was your opinion?
Well, we did a good job for most of the way through. Unfortunately for the league championship, we made a lot of mistakes, and a couple of my guys didn't wrestle as well as they could have. We had one injury in the match before, so it ended up not going our way again, so that was tough. But other than that, we've wrestled very well. We should be able to win the league the league tournament coming up here on next Thursday.
The league tournament, tell us more about it. What is exactly the league tournament?
Well, the league tournament is the first of many qualifiers. At the league tournament, if you're in the top 4, you qualify for the division. And in the division, if you're in the top 4, you qualify for Masters. And in the Masters, if you qualify, I believe it's the top 6, you go to states. So it's the first of qualifying in the postseason.
We have some very great wrestlers. Do you think any of our wrestlers have a chance of making it to state this year?
Well, Daniel Gusev already made it to state and placed last year, so he's got a good shot at it again. Nikolai's got a shot at making state this year, so we've got a few guys that could go there, and then we've got other guys that hope to make it to the Masters meet. That's their main goal, and we just look for the best performance we can at whatever level the guys are at. So that's what we're looking for.
The center wrestling team also lost 9 seniors. Will that make a drastic impact on the team, or?
I don't think it'll make a drastic impact because we have we're losing 9 seniors, but really only 3 of them produce consistent wins and tournament placings. The other ones are on the team. They're valuable. I don't want to come across like that. But for the most part, we have up-and-coming young guys that are going to fill in those spots very well. Where we're going to be hurting is in the upper weights when we lose Daniel Gusev and we lose Nikolai Yakshin and some of our upper weight guys. We're going to be hurting there, which is weird because Center High School's always had great heavyweights, and next year we're not going to have great heavyweights, although we'll train somebody. But most of our wrestlers are going to be in the middleweights, which is unusual for us.
What is your goal for the upcoming season, like the season next year?
Well, once again, we want to win league. Winning league's going to be a lot harder in the PVL. because we've got Colfax and Lincoln and some other teams that are really tough. So, but our goal again will be, our number one goal is to win the league.
Thank you. This is Max Kakanov reporting for Centerfield.
Today, the boys and girls basketball team will be playing against the Rio Linda Knights. The boys will play at home while the girls will be going to Rio Linda High School.
Now it's time for another edition of Centerfield Sports IQ. Last week, only one person replied, and the sad thing is, they didn't even get the questions correct. So this week, instead of you people replying by email, how about if you know the answers to this week's questions, come find me around campus and tell me them. If you are correct, I will let everyone know next week, and possibly you could receive a prize. Now, let's get to this week's questions. What boys basketball team player was hot for the week, shooting 46% from the floor and scored 7 3-pointers in one game? Who did Center wrestle against at the last dual meet? And which girl on the girls basketball team has a season average of a 13.8 in points?
Well, that's it for this show. If you have any question, comments, please email us at centerfield2010@gmail.com. Or if you see us around campus, come talk to us.
So see you next time on Centerfield, your weekly sports show.